What's up? Yep, I'm back. And I actually have had sleep. Good sleep. Like, my brain actually stopped talking to me long enough for me to fall asleep. Sleep. Better living through chemistry. Thank you, Clonopin. Definitely less stress today. Actually got a little bit of work done, and we'll be doing some more in a little bit, but I wanted to check in and talk about some books, because books are awesome. I love books. Really exciting, because now my niece has gotten into Harry Potter. She read the first book in one night. I'm so proud. So very, very proud, because I am also a bit of a Potter nerd. So, yay! Good job, Cassie. Anyway, these are not Harry Potter books that I'm talking about. These are books that have helped me at least somewhat feel better about myself. And I think I actually need to reread all of them, because I've definitely been having some low self-esteem issues. So the first one is Kiss My Tiara by Susan Jane Gilman. If nothing else, it is hilariously funny. And the parenthetical title of the book is How to Rule the World as a Smart Mouth Goddess. And for anybody who knows me, I am definitely a smart mouth. A little bit too much. But she's a fun writer. She also has another book called Hypocrite in a Poofy White Dress, because the title, I believe, comes from the fact that she's sort of the anti-girly girl, and when she got married, she decided she wanted the typical poofy white wedding dress and felt like that made her a hypocrite. So definitely look into that one. That's a good one. Also, The Fat Girl's Guide to Life by Wendy Shanker. From my perspective, Wendy is not exactly fat, but I guess from another person's perspective, she might be. But the idea being, she's not your typical size 2, size 4, whatever, and she's accepted that she's a bigger girl, and she's healthy. Low cholesterol, her blood sugar's great, great blood pressure, she takes good care of herself, she eats healthy, she just happens to be big. And she embraces it, and dresses well, and wears bright red lipstick, and has high self-esteem, which I so need to learn how to do, which I don't plan on being this big forever. The whole point of this is weight loss. But I'm never going to be a size 2. I know that. So let's accept that and start learning how to be fat with a capital F rather than a lowercase f, and make it an awesome thing. So, okay. And this is a favorite. Life Doesn't Begin 5 Pounds From Now. Jessica Weiner. Yes, I'm sorry your last name is Weiner. Except maybe it's pronounced Weiner. I don't know. Either way. Wonderful concept for a book. Came from... she was actually doing a book signing, and she was in the restroom, and a woman started talking to her and said, "Oh, I wish I could write a book. I was thinking about doing it, but, after I lose these 5 pounds. Like, you can't write a book until you lose 5 pounds. The idea being that you're constantly putting things off until, whether it's until you lose weight or until your ship comes in, whatever, is the idea of putting life on hold until something happens. And you end up with life passing you by, which I have absolutely done. I've definitely put my life on hold waiting until I lost weight. And I haven't lived. And I'm 36 years old. And I need to get on it. So, there's some nonfiction. And then my absolute favorite non-Christopher Moore fiction book. Christopher Moore is a whole other subject. Conversations with the Fat Girl Liza Palmer. I ugly cry every time I read it. I've read it probably 6 times, and I will read it again and again and again because it is a spectacular book. Because it's not about the transformation. It's not about, the fat girl who becomes the thin girl. It's about the fat girl who becomes the girl who doesn't hate herself. And that's just awesome. Because I need to be the girl who doesn't hate herself. Because guess what? I do. Not like it's a really big secret, but I look in the mirror, when I look at this, I'm disgusted. And I get angry at myself. And it's very frustrating. So let's do something about it. A little annoyed because I got on the scale this morning and the batteries were dead. So I have to get batteries before I can weigh myself again. But I was already unhappy because I went to the doctor yesterday and had gained weight since my last visit, which I guess I shouldn't really be surprised after binging. There would be a spike there. But I hate when the scale doesn't work. When I'm actually interested in knowing what I weigh and the scale doesn't work, it bothers me. But I was a good girl. I got up, made myself a spectacular smoothie for breakfast, had a nice tuna sandwich on whole wheat for lunch, and I will probably have a fruit smoothie for dinner. I've got some, it's the green powder stuff that's got all of it's like dried spinach and kale and algae and all that crap. And we'll see how it tastes. I'm going to mix it with a bunch of other stuff and see if I can just hide it a little bit. Also working to add apple cider vinegar as well, because it's good for your metabolism, and it helps keep heartburn at bay, which, if you're not as big as me, you might not know this, but all of this tends to cause heartburn. It's really unpleasant. When I was at my absolute heaviest, which was 330 pounds, I ended up staying home from work one day because I had been up all night sick, just because of the constant acid reflux. And actually that day I ended up signing up for Nutrisystem, and I lost 30 pounds, but couldn't keep it up because it was just too expensive. Couldn't do it. I absolutely do not disparage Nutrisystem in any way. If you can afford it, do it. It is awesome. And it's just like any other weight loss thing. Weight Watchers, if it works for you, do it. If Atkins works for you and it doesn't send your cholesterol through the roof and doesn't make you crazy mean, because it does that with some people, do it. If something works for you and it's not unhealthy, do it. We don't all have to do the same thing. You don't have to have every single person counting calories, because that doesn't work for everybody. Yeah. The reason there's so many different diets is because it doesn't work for everybody. When they say results not typical, part of that is the fact that it doesn't work for everybody. Part of it is also the fact that the diet industry is about making money. It's like any other industry. It's about making money. So if every diet worked perfectly the first time, all of the diet companies would go out of business, because it would be, oh, okay, let me buy your product. I've lost all my weight. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm done. There's no repeat business. Okay, I'm done ranting now. I get really annoyed with the diet industry. because it shouldn't be about dieting. It should be about finding something that works for your life and about creating a healthy lifestyle, because it's not something you can just do and finish. You're never finished. You have the rest of your life to live out, and if you just go back to your old habits, then you're going to be right back where you started. So it's full-time change. It's long-term. And on that note, I think the next book I'm going to read is French Women Don't Get Fat, because the whole concept of that is changing your lifestyle permanently and not dieting. Not sitting there going, okay, well, I've had 300 calories today, so I can have this many more, and oh, do I have enough left for pie? Losing weight shouldn't be a punishment. It shouldn't be, oh, I'm gross, so I'm going to eat foods that I hate so that I can look better, because I don't deserve foods that I like. Well, why not eat foods that you like in moderation? Says the binge eater. Like I can talk about moderation. I'm learning. I'm working on it. I'm in a silly mood today. I don't know if you've noticed. Maybe it's because I'm finally well rested. I'm still kind of tired from the flu shot, but it's nice to have finally had some sleep and no nightmares. I think I'm going to end this because I'm just going on and I'm rambling and I'm talking in circles and probably making very little sense. So I will catch you later on the flip side. Bye.